guys!
Welcome back to our channel. I'm Brianna and this is
Sophia.
And today we are going to be talking about the Fuerte Avocado.
Fuerte Avocado, another yummy avocado that we're growing home. It's
Yep.
our second variety.
Yes.
This is a type
It's a type B.
B. So what it means, it typically, what's recommended, not needed, but what's recommended is if you have avocados, have different pollinator and an A and a type B. There are multiple varieties of avocados. We're not going to cover all the varieties, but we grow two A varieties. One is the reed right there. This one is the Fuerte, it's a B. The reed is an A, and then we also have right behind you there, behind the nectarine, we also have a Haas, which is also an A. So we put the B in between them to make sure we get additional pollination.
Yes.
All right, good. How long has this been grown here in our yard?
We actually planted this last year in April.
All right, so it's April. Did it grow?
Yes, it did actually. It started out as a little stick and it grew a lot.
I think a best measure, I think when we planted it, it was here. And it literally grew about 2 feet. And it's also thickening a little bit. You can see new growth. If you compare it to the reed, the leaves are not as big or roundish. It's more a little bit of a
Thin and narrow.
thin and narrow, but it's still looking good. You see the right color, you see the new growth, so there you go. What else do we do? And this is a better example here because you can see it's not as thick as the reed avocado. What do we do so you can protect its trunk, because in California it gets really sunny, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually paint the tree.
We paint the tree trunk.
The tree trunk so it doesn't burn and die.
Yeah, so avocados really need protection until they all leaf out and they have a very thick coverage from the sun. They need to be painted. You can see some of the paint is wearing off, so we have to repaint.
Yep.
But hopefully you can see it if it focuses on the trunk that we're actually painting this, so it has a better chance in surviving, and that's a little bit of help, additional help, so it does better. All right.
Another thing most avocados need is support beams, so it can actually hold its weight up, because the trunk isn't as thick enough so it can support its whole entire body.
So even the reed that we have, you couldn't see because it's actually fairly thick, but even this one, it has, you have to prop up and you have to support your tree. It gets very windy until the trees mature. Guess what? You have to support them until they grow to a point where they no longer need support, right? This is about a 6 foot tall tree, about 2 meters more or less for the non-American, I would say, audience here, and that's it. What do we do here? And this is a little bit of an experiment. I've seen somebody else doing it on YouTube and I thought it was an awesome idea. We attract some pollinator, but what else do we plant?
Comfrey. This is actually a medicinal plant that you can use for pain relief, and you can mix it into teas to help you.
Yes, and this is a non-GMO variety. What colors are the flowers, Sophia?
Purple.
Purple. Which one do you like? Which cluster do you like?
This one.
This one?
That's
Awesome.
pretty.
Aren't they lovely?
They are very lovely.
Do they
have
smell?
like little
Smell
bell
'em.
shapes.
I don't know if they smell. I don't think they smell, but you tell me.
They don't really have a smell.
So, two things here that we're doing with this. This is a medicinal plant. That's very important, and we could use it accordingly. But what's also unique about Comfrey is that it's a great chop and drop plant. So this one feeds our avocado, and from last year it goes dormant and blooms again in the spring. So this is spring for us in Southern California. It's grown a little bit. You can see it gets a lot taller. I like it because it shades our tree at the trunk, and we don't really need to be worried until the Fuerte Avocado leaves out a little bit more and protects itself. So this is a perfect, I would say, symbiotic relationship between, well, it's not symbiotic, but it does help to a degree that we get pretty flowers, good nutrition when the leaves fall, and it feeds our avocado. And so far, so good. It's worked out, so the experiment pays off. If somebody else has more experience with this type of chop and drop around their trees, let us know.
Speaking of the Fuerte, this fruit is actually an elongated shape. So So it's not as round, it's more
so it's
spread
elongated.
out.
It's unique about this variety of tree. I think number one, Hass avocado is the most popular commercial tree, and so if you buy something from the store, you're gonna buy most likely a Hass, but immediately a second one will be a Fuerte. Tasty, type B variety, so it helps, and it's a beautiful tree. It does grow tall, right? Do you remember, Sophia, when the tree fruits? Because we forgot to say that about the reed. How about this one?
November to March.
November to March, correct. So from November to March, you're gonna get yummy fruit. These are all bought from nurseries, and they're actually grafted avocados. So we're hoping, and fingers crossed that we're gonna get some fruit in about 3 to 4 years. But if you plant one from the seed, it might take a lot longer, like 5 to 7 to 8 years. Keep that in mind. So if you can get a grafted avocado, I recommend it, just because you get a better rootstock, and also you know the variety given that it's from a nursery. So you don't have to experiment as harshly to just wait 8 years and know if your avocado has fruit or does not fruit. I think that's a good tip for anybody that plans on getting and planting an avocado. Anything else?
Make sure to eat clean, eat green, like and subscribe, turn on those post notifications if you want a request to see our videos again, and drop a comment if you have a request or a question.
Yes, and those growers from California that have backyard avocados, come on, chime in. Let us know what's going on, what works for you, what doesn't. We're still learning. We've killed a few avocados back in the days because we didn't give it proper soil. Now you can see it's heavy mulching, great soil, great, I would say, draining soil. We're still on a steep slope, so the drainage is not really a concern, but they have to be, they love water. And again, this is an avocado that sits on our drip system that has a filter, so it removes the chlorine and the fluoride. Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.
Happy growing.